live in Representative Kern's legislative district, but she does not represent my views or beliefs or values in her statements to a recent small Republican gathering or her statements about gay and Islamic people following the public uproar. Representative Kern has a right to free speech. She has a right to her values, public and private. She has a right to speak to groups of men and women. She has a right to defend herself and her views. Each of us has those same rights. I think her rhetoric and her speaking got her into a lot of trouble. I think her fears got her into a lot of trouble. I hope she will now compose herself, make a conciliatory statement, invite the gay community to meet with her, apologize where she needs, and move about her legislative district with 10 or 8 listening sessions where she primarily listens to where people in her district want her to put her time and her energies. Representative Kern has made a number of statements that are fearful, that are lacking in tolerance, and that are too emotional for rational public discussion and discourse. Many of her statements are more of a crusade in a church than for her responsibilities with her public paid job of being fair, wise, and reasonable in making laws for our state and her legislative district, where she and I both live. It is easy to rebut her fearful statements about gay people and Muslim people. That's been done here today. What I want to do in my 3 minutes is to invite her, and at 10 minutes till 11, I went upstairs to her office, talked with her secretary to invite her to be here. We would protect her if she felt she needed protection. All of you would do that. All of us would do that for her. But that she had left the building already. So she is not here. But still, we want to invite her to come and join in discussion with gay people, with Islamic people, with all of the rest of us who don't happen to fit in one of the other of those categories, in free, open, and informed public discussion. That's the kind of discussion that's the heart of a democratic republic. Specifically, I want to invite her to hold a number of public sessions in District 84 where the fears people have about gay people and Muslim people can be talked about. I want her to invite gay and Muslim people to these sessions. Open and inclusive public discussion will help us all. Second, I took a letter, as I told you, and a copy of these remarks so she can see them, and wanted to invite her to be here. I'm sorry she is not here. It would be helpful to her, it would be helpful to us. Third, I want to invite her to the Interfaith National Day of Prayer and Reflection that will be here in the Capitol building on May 1 at early noontime, 11 a.m. In this rotunda, a lot of church citizens will gather as exclusive Christians to recognize the National Day of Prayer. After she has been at that time, I invite her to come to the South Steps, where there will be a more open time for interfaith prayers for people of every faith who want to be there or who have no faith want to be there to pray for their country, to pray for our country. I invite her to ask for a minute to include her public prayer for our country at that time. Representative Kern, I am sorry that you are so afraid. It is okay to be afraid of terrorists. All of us are. It is not okay to be afraid of gay people. Most of us are not. It is not okay to be afraid of Islamic people. Most of us are not. Representative Kern, in a much, much worse time than this, President Abraham Lincoln said to America, North and South, black and white, and all political views and of all religious viewpoints, with malice toward none, with charity for all, let us proceed to bind up the wounds of the nation. I'm sure that you have received wounds. I know that you have inflicted some wounds. I hope you will find the courage and the grace to begin to help bind up the wounds of your legislative district, of this legislature, of our state, as well as your own. Thank you.